Yo, what's going on, Brick Squad? Welcome back to another episode of Building Kessel in LEGO. We got week 19 today, and first and foremost, I do want to apologize for not getting this video out yesterday. As you guys know, or if you guys are not aware, my Kessel videos usually come out every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. However, the entirety of Saturday, I was gone. I was out of the house, and I worked all night Friday night and Saturday night on Kessel to give you guys the progress that we got to show you. So first and foremost, I do apologize for the inconvenience. And obviously, before we go ahead any further, guys, make sure you're going to smash the like button down below. I want to hit 70 likes. We've been going in 10 increments of likes, and we've been hitting it really well. So let's try and get 70. I think we can definitely do it. And of course, if you guys are not subscribed already, definitely go ahead and do so by clicking the subscribe button down below to stay up to date with some more Kessel videos. If you guys remember, a couple of days ago, I got a huge bricklink haul with over 2,000 tiles. In fact, they're actually all right next to me. So what does week 19 of building Kessel in LEGO have in store for you guys? Pretty much basically two things. Number one, the tops of the mountains are finally evened out. They're all ready to go. They're pretty much done. I've actually spent a considerable amount of time and parts bordering up the sides of the rock wall. In fact, it's going to be something that you can't see from this angle because it's against the wall, but again, I'll kind of get more into that when we dive into today's topic. And number two, if you guys remember, a couple of days ago in my bricklink haul, I got to over 2,000 dark tan 2x2 tiles and a couple of 1x2 tiles as well. So that was obviously a very big portion of this week, getting, again, more terrain, getting that all done, because honestly, we're actually kind of in the end game. The crane's done. I actually have ordered the parts for the Kessel Tower, stuff like that, and as you guys know, in the end of my videos, I will always give you an update as to where we are in the build process. But as far as today goes, pretty much the top of the mountains are done, and that whole curved mountain is actually done. That's something I completely forgot to mention. And then there's more terrain done, getting more of the tiles, the wedges, the Kessel pools done as well. And of course, later in the outro of the video, I will go into where we stand right now with Kessel and how many kind of segments we have left so far. So a couple of things before we go ahead and get on into today's segment. Number one, this week was my first week back at college. I'm in the second semester. I'm in the spring semester now. Now, instead of having classes Monday through Thursday, I actually have classes Monday through Friday. So it's going to mean I'm not going to be able to work on mocks and just videos in general as much as I was able to last semester. I don't think this is going to be an issue because Matt's Mind is a really fun episode to film, and of course I can pre-film that, and then obviously Kessel was kind of the only problem where I have to get work done throughout the week and then get the video up by Friday night or Saturday. So again, just as a quick heads up, this was my first week back at school, so it's going to be a little bit hectic as the next couple of weeks progress. I'm going to find a schedule that fits for me, that I can spend time doing LEGO, obviously, and then kind of combining that with school. So kind of just stick with me throughout the next couple of weeks as I figure out this new schedule. And then of course, as you guys know, when midterms and finals roll around, that's going to kind of be a hectic moment for me. But again, we're not going to get into that just now. Well, we have plenty of time. We're not going to worry about that. All we have to do is worry about this week's Building Kessel in LEGO segment. And without any further delay, let's go ahead and get on into it. Alright guys, let's go ahead and talk about what we got done for week 19 of building Kessel and LEGO. First off, I do want to start with this Falcon. Now, I'm not going to be going over this because this is obviously something I've talked about very extensively, but if you guys have no idea what this is, if you're like, whoa, those lights look cool, got some engine lights back there. I'll leave a link down below to the last week's episode where I pretty much showcased the entire thing. Just as a quick update, the cockpit piece is not in yet. It is still being worked on. So that's all I'll kind of talk about the Falcon. Like I said, if you guys want to go ahead and check out some more updates about that, I'll leave links down below in the description. But now, like I said before in the intro to today's video, there are a couple of things. Actually, one thing I failed to mention. But number one, you guys should see the mountain range is pretty much done. Now, what's kind of unfortunate is that I ran out of 1x4 bricks right here. Basically, this whole cover on the wall is actually completely done on that side. Obviously, it's a little tough to see from this angle because it's so up against the wall. You might be able to see the 1x4s on the very top right there. But in terms of the entirety of the mountain, it is pretty much done. You guys can see it's pretty much even now and layered. If anything, I have to go back in and just fix a couple of things here and there. It's really great that we finished the mountain. That's because I could finally move on. Maybe there's one more thing I have to fix, and it's going to be this whole little middle area right here. Maybe just having those arches continue upwards and obviously covering all the wires for the lights over there. If you guys remember last week, I did unfortunately say that that curved aspect of the mountain won't be making an appearance. However, I was lying. I obviously was able to fix it. And believe it or not, the easiest solution was basically moving this whole thing that way and moving the table a little bit this way, and then I finally had enough room. I don't know why or how I did not think of that before. I saw it in the comments. Thank you to whoever commented that, because I was like, what the heck am I doing? Was able to get that mountain curve, which was great. I think it adds a nice level of, or a nice layer of detail. Something I wish I could go back on is actually having that mountain curve this way as well. If it comes down to it, if I have time, I might do that. Let me know what you guys think about that. For now, I'm happy with that next level of detail that it definitely adds. So that's definitely a great thing. Like I said, it is completely completely done now. The mountain, all I have to do is maybe even out the edges on the top there. But as you guys can see, it is pretty much done, which is really fantastic. Now, a lot of time, probably about 3-4 hours of this week was definitely spent just literally building that mountain. As you guys know, mountains take a lot of time. It's not necessarily hard, especially with the simple technique that I'm using, but it can get very tedious. So when I would come home, I'd spend maybe an hour or two every single day for the past 2-3 days doing that mountain, and that's where that came from. So again, this mountain is done, guys. Let me know what you think. Again, it's a very simple mountain design. That's something that I've been very open with you guys about. Now, obviously, when you are creating something like this, something of this scale on this big of a table with as many base plates as I am, it's kind of difficult to make sure that you use like intricate techniques. So that's something I've also been very open with you guys about, is just using a very simple technique. But anyways, that's part 1 of today's video. The mountains are finally done. So definitely let me know what you think. I'm very happy with the way they came out, especially with the ways in which they connect with the ground below it. Now, getting on into, I guess, number 2 of 3, as you guys can see, we have expanded a lot of the terrain. If you remember this part right here, this whole circle right here was not filled in. This whole area was not filled in. This whole base plate is completely new. And then so is that acid pool over there. Now, what's great about this is, you guys remember a couple of days ago, I did get my huge order of tiles. I got some 2x2 dark tan tiles in. And I was really able to get a lot of stuff done with those tiles, obviously, which is great, and this is where a majority of the progress came in. Again, I still have to fix a couple of things on the mountain, but here, generally, the walkway is going to go from that corner of the base plate leading down, if you can follow just, I guess, the center of the camera. And then right here is actually going to be part 3, I guess, of what I want to talk about, the underbelly of the Falcon. But generally, obviously, we did get most of the terrain done. And now what's great about the point at where we are in the segment, I guess in Kessel in general, is that we're almost done. If you guys look, there's only one base plate missing. Now, funny story is I actually don't know where that base plate is. Worst comes to worst, I'll just go to Walmart and pick one up, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But it was just weird. I was kind of looking for it, trying to get it done for this week, and I could not find another base plate. Usually, they're all down there. But I have no idea where it is. So I guess that's kind of why that area is empty. Now, like I said before, those tiles really helped us out hammer all of the detail on the side, and that walkway will be continuing through here and connecting over there. So that's kind of where that's going to go. And this base plate will most likely be one last acid pool. And then, like I said, the tower, Kessel Tower, will be going over there. And those parts I have ordered, so that is definitely coming on the way, which is great. So again, the detail is great. And I guess I'll kind of take a step back if I can and show you what Kessel's looking like at this point. Like, if you look at this mock, it looks like it's nearly done, right? The mountains are done. The whole exterior is like 90% done. All we have to do is just get that one base plate and then plate off the other one. But this is great. This is really coming together, and this is really motivating for me. Not gonna lie, Kessel has definitely not been as fun or as motivating as Cray was. That's not to say I'm not having fun with the whole building and then showing you guys. I love doing that. But it's definitely nice to see this sort of huge amount of progress coming, because now it's very, very motivational to keep going, very motivational to continue. So again, you can follow that path around here, the underbelly coming around the corner, and then it's gonna be another one going there all the way across. So that kind of deals with the terrain detail that we have done. And I guess the third part of today's segment I want to briefly discuss with you guys is actually going to be the underbelly of the Falcon. If you remember, the underplate used to be completely white, and now, from a spectator's point of view, you can't really see any of the white, which is obviously what I was going for, right? So what I did was I got all of these tiles right here. These are going to be some 6x6 light gray tiles from Blaine at Blaine's World Lego on Bricklink, and I got all of these guys in bulk. I think I got them at Brick Fair, Virginia. I got like, I don't even know. I honestly don't even know how many I got. But I was like, what am I going to do with this, and how can I use this to cover up that plate below? Now, obviously, I don't want to pick up the Falcon because it's definitely a hassle. But what I essentially did was I covered the exterior areas of that plate with tiles like I did here. So I just basically put one right there and have it go around the entire mock. Now, what's great here is I'm probably going to finish tiling here, if I can maybe get that right there, and then go straight across, and maybe one more layer if I have enough. And the whole area over here is going to be more of the same, like mud, wedges, small mountains and hills, stuff like that. But what's great about it now is if you take a step back, you can't see that white underbelly, which is great. It looks like it's just literally sitting on top of a continued terrain, or sort of a continued aspect of the mock, which is great. Now here a little bit more, obviously you can see the white and the distinct gray area, so I'm probably going to work on that slightly. But, you know, from a spectator's point of view, I'll probably be somewhere over here. But what's great about it is that you cannot see that white base plate, which is great, because not only was I able to save my tan plates for other areas, but I was also able to just do that very quickly because of crates. So we got that done, we got the mountain done, we got that curve wall done, we finished off evening all the mountains, and obviously we continue the crap out of the terrain, adding 2 brand new base plates, and then getting this guy. And like I said, the crane will be going in that area. The parts are ordered, they are on the way. We will be getting 1 more base plate right here, most likely be including 1 more Kessel pool, and then all the parts for the fuel cans or details and stuff like that around the pools. Those actually are ordered as well, so we should be getting a lot of stuff in this week. Hopefully I'll be able to bang out the rest of the terrain and even start on the crane for next week's segment. But yeah, so this week was very, very impactful, guys. A lot of great stuff done. My 9-10 hours on this mock actually came out, so it was a great time, guys. So let's go ahead and jump to the outro of today's video, where we'll discuss some other stuff coming up with Kessel. Alrighty, guys, that's gonna wrap up week 19 of building Kessel in Lego. As always, guys, comment down below what you're thinking so far. I think this week was very, very important because you can finally start to see the majority of the outside terrain coming together. Like I said, there's like that white base plate. I'm probably just gonna cover it with tan plates. And then just kind of do little hints of detail here and there. I'm probably not going to like completely cover it in any amount of detail, because obviously it's going to be in the underbelly of the Falcon, so we don't want to spend too much unnecessary time there. I think I also did mention the fact that I'm actually missing a couple of base plates. My Empire Lug collaboration mock is actually on one of those base plates, and I would like to keep that intact, so I'm probably going to have to go take a quick trip to the Lego store and just buy a couple of base plates, and then maybe even just some extra parts off the pad wall to get the rest of the base plates done for that area. Overall, I think this is a very successful week. I think I spent maybe like 6 to 8 hours this week building throughout just Friday and Saturday night. So I did spend a lot of time on Kessel this week, and I hope that did show. I hope you guys obviously enjoyed the segment, and if you did, go ahead and smash the like button down below. But let's go ahead and talk about some future updates, where we are with Kessel. So I am bringing this mock to North Carolina. North Carolina is March 23rd and 24th. So we have a little under 2 months, I think, at the time of when this goes up. So we will definitely be able to finish Kessel by then. I think I will be able to finish it and get the finale and then the cinematic up before North Carolina. I almost said Chicago. So I think we're gonna have plenty of time. Now, in terms of future updates, I'm hoping to get on the Kessel, the acid pool parts in this week, and if that in combination with I get the base plates and I get to finish the rest of the detailing, maybe that might be the portion of next week's segment. I don't know. I kind of have to play it by ear. Like I did say, I literally just ordered a couple of minutes ago the parts for the Kessel Tower, so if anything, that will be another segment. And then also to briefly talk about the Falcon, it is still being worked on. I've been in contact with the guy who's been working on it. Hopefully within the next week or two. I know I've been saying that for a while, but just the guy's been very busy. I can understand that. So again, that hopefully should be coming very, very soon. All that's really left for me to do is design the vault room and the control room. I have briefly started on the control room. I have someone who's going to help me out with that. The only really difficult task now is going to be designing the vault room, which honestly I could probably bang out in a night and then order the parts. So we're definitely ending the year of Kessel, which is great. I've really wanted to get this done. I really wanted to see it as a final product, but most importantly, I've really wanted to move on. Believe it or not, Kessel has not been the most fun project, but the next project that I have is going to be super awesome, so I'm very excited for that. But we are still very, very into Kessel right now. So if everything goes correctly, if everything arrives on time, if I get my parts and orders in when I expect them to, I'm thinking that we're going to have 3 more weeks of information updates, and then the finale, and then maybe the week or 2 after is going to be the cinematic. Again, that's all very tentative. That could very well change, but that's assuming I get all my parts in. That's assuming that I get everything I need to design done and ready and ordered. That's assuming all my orders and packages come in on time. So that is very tentative. That obviously can change. With that all being said, guys, that brings week 19 to a close. I hope you all enjoyed, and really quickly, again, I do apologize for not getting these videos out on Saturday. I am actually seriously considering switching my weekly segments to Sunday just because of my new schedule. I don't have Friday to work on mocks anymore, at least not as much as I thought I did. So again, just stay tuned for that. Any big changes come to the schedule for the building Kessel segments. But that's gonna wrap it up. Hope you all enjoyed. Once again, guys, go and smash the like button down below if you guys enjoyed the segment. And of course, if you guys are new to the channel, which about 30 or 40% of you watching this are, definitely go ahead and consider subscribing, guys. It means a lot to me. It shows me the awesome support, and it gives me motivation to keep building, keep making awesome content for you guys. Stay tuned for later today, 2 p.m. Eastern Time Sunday. I'm gonna be hopping on Battlefront 2 with a good buddy of mine, having some good times on a live stream on my YouTube channel. And that's it. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.